January 18, 2026. And this evening was it a program about UFO, and it was a man that in 45 years he had been in the organization UFO Sweden. He had been the main person in this organization. And then was it a witch? I think it's called a magician. Was it also? Those two were they talking to, and the program leader, he thought it was fun with this conspiration theory about UFO, that he didn't believe in that. He said that from the start. So it was only those that was against UFO in the program, and I admit it to you that I didn't watch it. It was enough to hear how they should start the program, and it was only negative people there, so it was no idea for me to watch it, and that make me very, very stressed. I be very angry and stressed about it when they say it's like mental issues on us that have been close contact with aliens. Not those dots that is in the sky. That works against us that have been close to UFO. That is to talk against UFO existence, as it is only dots in the sky, and there is no clue what it is. Those dots, it can be a balloon, it can be an airplane, it can be a drone, it can be whatever, because you don't see anything. There's no details, and that make it so negative for us that know that UFO exist. So I be only upset and angry and full of stress, and I try to stop the stress inside me, but now I did get the real contact with the stress in my inside me, so I decided me to close the television and watch something else that doesn't stress me. And this man that was on television, he had been working 45 years to work against UFO. UFO Sweden should be an organization that had interest of UFO, but as long as he have been there in 45 years, he have worked against it. And it was 1994 when I was really close to aliens and UFO. And it was Friday. I have talked about it sometimes in my podcast here. So I am not going to talk so much about it. But it was Friday, 1994, and we have started to have internet in my home. And that, I think it was why the aliens came, because it was not so many people that have internet in their home in 1994. And before that, I had contact with aliens. It was when I bought my first computer in 1978, and that it started to get contact. So they knew me from the beginning that I should be very much technical interested, and maybe the only woman that had her own computer in 1978. There were families that had that, but not like one woman bought a computer. And it was 2,500 US dollar or euro or 25,000 Swedish crowns to buy it in 1978. And it was not like today. It was only that you could write up text on it. There were no sounds in the computer. It was no color, and it was not internet on the computer. I bought discs to put in the computer, but there were no internet in that time. And then it come 1994, and it was this long row of sounds before it like counted up, so there was internet in the computer. And it was and we had on our, it was a new house we have built. It was we bought it. It was people that built the house. It was not like today that it was whole walls that coming. It was real handyman that did it. And so it was 8 room in our house in 3 floor. And the bedroom was upstairs on the highest level, and we have been sitting and watched television because we had, I think we had 5 satellite discs on our house, and that is also something special. It was rare to have so much discs, but we could speak English and we understood German, so we wanted to have from. And it was channels from England, channels from Germany, channel from all countries. It was open in that time to see all over the world. And most Europe was it, because it was not so strong, so it could reach on the other side of this planet. And it was about 12 o'clock in the evening, so it was soon night. And I started to go into the bedroom to open windows in the bedroom, and it was about, I think it was in October, and it was a little cold in the evenings, but not very cold, but it was fresh air. And there were no houses around where we lived. And so I opened up the bed also, so it was air into the beds also. And then I was standing, leaning out from the windows with my half body and look around. And then I felt someone was watching me. And I look around and I look at the meadow we have outside where the sometimes cow was going there. And there were no one. And I look at, we have a road on the side of the house, and there was no lights on the road because it was no big road. So it was dark there, and I was thinking maybe someone is watching me, and I can see the flashlight because they needed to have flashlight. It was dark, so the cars couldn't see them if they didn't have flashlight in their hands. So I was thinking someone is walking out on the road and watch me because it was the only house there. And but it wasn't. It was dark on the road. And then I saw far away, that was like dots. It was like a big moon, a round, big, shining moon that was not where it should be. It was not a real moon, but it looked like a moon, very light. And then around it was its stars. Like my brain was thinking it was full of stars, but I thought it was very strange because those stars was only around that looked like a moon. And there were no, it was stars of course in the sky, but it was too dark to see them. But I could see lots of stars around that moon. And then suddenly I felt that someone was looking at me from the roof on our new built house, and I look up to the roof, and then I saw it was a triangle formed black spaceship that was like had parking on the roof. And then suddenly I remember I was like be pulled out in the air. I was out, the last I remember that I was like my feet was still in the window, but the rest of the body was outside in the air, and it was laying. So I look up in the sky, and then I don't remember more. Then I remember I was up, and I was up where the triangle formed spaceship was. But what I saw in front of me was a circle-formed gray spaceship. And I was, that's what they are doing. They don't scare us. When you talk about have been abducted of UFO aliens, then it can sound scary. But in that moment when they take you up, I didn't feel any. I was not scared, and I was thinking that I should look on the side of that spaceship and see if there was any number or letters, because we have an airport in close to our house, a small, like a military airport, not passengers airport. It was for the military, and so I was thinking it was some airplane from the military, I was thinking. And I look after a number or letters, because that's what the airplane have on the side. And I didn't see anything. And then I look into the black windows that was all around it. And it was total black, so I couldn't see what was inside. And then suddenly I was back in the window. I was back standing inside the bedroom, but still was looking out in the window. And it was like I was walking out from a frame. It was like a time frame that I was coming back in, because it was the same television program was on, because my daughter and her father was watching television, and it was exactly the same program and exactly the same thing they were talking about. So the time have not left, but I was left in time. I was moved away in time, and on the other side of the frame was no time. There were no time, because I come back to exactly the same time. And we live in our own home, and there were no neighbors. So we had television on very loudly, so I could hear everything on the television when I was in the window. And I didn't say anything to my daughter or to my husband, my boyfriend, where I live. I was not married. I was not engaged. We only lived together. And in 1994, I didn't know anything about God. And so we lived like many lived. And I didn't say anything to them what had happened. And we go to bed, and then in the morning we heard sounds outside the house, and it took a time because it was a little early. We have been up to midnight in the night, and this was early morning. and we were laying in a bed and said, go and look what's going on outside the window, my boyfriend say. And I say, can't you walk up and check it? And then we decided to go up from the bed, both of us, and we look out, and in that time our daughter had coming into the bedroom and wondering what was the sound around the house. And it was a sound like switch in the air. Shht, shht, shht. It was no engine sound. It was sound of something was in the air. And we saw it. We all saw it was like silver color cars driving up on the road up in the forest. And it was the whole time. They were almost not separated from each other. And our brain, it's the brain thing that we were thinking there was silver color cars. All of them was exactly the same. And it must have been 200-300 those silver cars that was going up in the forest. And we sit down at the television and eat breakfast. And my boyfriend had been living in that village in 25 years, so he knew people in the village. So we were sitting and he was saying, I'm wondering who can it be that has so big birthday party. So and he said that I know there is no one that is in that age that they should have a big family union in birthday way. He said, I don't know anyone that should have this party. And then he said that I drive up on the road where they were going, he said. And our daughter, she wanted to come with him. She was 9 years old and very, very smart for her age. And she came with her father to the car, but I sit at home and waited for them to come back. And they come back and they say that to me that there were no one had this party, and we didn't see any cars. And this, if it had been a normal road, that we could accept, but that road where they were going, those silver car, they go up in the forest, and there in the forest there is no road going through the whole forest. They need to turn around and drive the same way back to come out from the forest. It was only a road built for taking timber in the forest with the trucks. And it was not supposed to be for cars to drive through the whole forest. So they should have met. If it had been cars, they should have met them and see them somewhere. And so they was very surprised when they come home that they had not seen anything. And then we continued to eat breakfast and watch morning programs on television. And then we didn't talk about it more than I called UFO Sweden and told them what have happened. And it have been for a long time that I have thought that UFO Sweden should be very interested of it. It come a man to our house from UFO Sweden, and he asked questions like what we were working with. And my daughter's father, he working at the computer for paper mills up in the office. He was educated in this to take care of all the machines in this factory with a computer. And then he asked what I was doing, and I said, I am at the university, and I study psychology, I told him. And he asked if we take some medicine, and I said that we didn't take, because I didn't take in that time any medicine. I was healthy, and healthy in the brain and everything. And so he left, and then we didn't heard anything from UFO Sweden. But I check out their archive after 1-2 years and see what's have happened, and check out that date where the man was to our home, and they have written it was they couldn't explain it. That's what was told, and then they didn't do anything. It was not that they were saying that I could explain it, and it was something they had with people to do with their brain, because we were smart people. And so the man that was on television today in the evening, I had contact with him, and because he had been there for 45 years, so he was just new there in UFO Sweden, and he said that he should come and talk to us, but he never show up. And then one day I moved from my daughter's father 1997, and just after that, now it took so long time, so I have been to United States, and lived there as homeless, and then I come back to Sweden in 2004. So it was about 2005-6 where he wrote me and say that he had been thinking about me when he was in the organization had some conference just close to where I lived before when I lived in that house. My daughter's father, he lives still in the same house, and my daughter is there on Christmas and big events. She is in the house. So it's still there, and I told this man that was on television today that it doesn't matter that I don't live there anymore because my daughter's father lived there, so you can only knock on the door and he can talk to you, and because he saw what was going on in the morning. He didn't know what I had going through in the evening, but in the morning he saw the spaceships that was coming up to the forest. And I understand that it was the Triangle spaceship is a mother ship, and she have all those. In some way they can make them fit into one big spaceship. They have a technology that we don't have here on Earth, but they can make it very small. And I had a friend one morning, she come running into my home, and she said that she had been hunted of a spaceship, and they were not bigger than a teacup plate. So they can be very, very small also. And it's kind of maybe drones they have that they don't need to sit there and watch us. It's a robot inside it. It's like a small camera. And that is, maybe it was. That's why I couldn't see inside it, because there was no human inside that circle-formed spaceship. But I was in the season of mushrooms. I was going in the forest every third day to pick mushrooms, and there were a place up where the spaceship was flying up to that forest. I was there to pick mushroom before it happened, but after it happened with the spaceship, I had some bad feeling. I felt like someone was watching me when I was walking there. So I know exactly where they took me, because they took me, and with their spaceship, and I was away, and I don't know what they were doing with me, because I don't remember anything of it, and I know only that the time stood still when they took me, and I could have been far. I watch because it's strange things going on now. It's it stopped. It was flashing light very much. Not summer here. The flashing light can be in the summer that is a flying insect like that, but we don't have that in winter time. But it was a light going on here. But now it has stopped because I'm talking about it. I don't know what it is, but I suppose I have eyes and ears on me, not only on from you that listen at the podcast, but what I have inside my home. You know, I have aliens in my home. But they are okay as long as they don't wake me up in the night or scare me or something like that. I'm okay with them in my home. But I tell you this because they touch me very much now. I say that to you, that this is my home. So you are under me. It's my home and not your home. So what I tell you to do or not to do, that you should respect. And they are kindly. I read it today when I check out this television program that people think they are evil. But I have said that many times that we don't really understand them because they are in another time and another educated and technical advance, and we don't understand because we are not coming so far here on earth. So this man, he had contact with me, but he is too scared to take contact with me because then I maybe can change his mind so he can understand there is aliens. There is aliens here on earth. And I shake him up, and 45 years will be nothing anymore if he talk to me. He's too scared. But it's okay. Let him be scared. And this is so stupid of the television, the reporter, to bring him into talking about aliens, because he denied everything. It is, people are only crazy. That's what he's thinking. And he is there in the organization to deny UFO, not to be in contact with the UFO, but denied it. Whatever people say, he say it's a mindset, it's cloud in your mind, you are crazy. And that offended things that he is talking like that, because he tell us that people that have seen UFO and have been abducted, they are not what they should be in their mind. They are mental issues. And that is offended. And you should go to jail for offend us that have, like I have this podcast talking about this. I have been abducted a few times, and I know it's for real. And the aliens helped me to come into United States when they say on the airport that I was not allowed to come in to United States, and they have given me money, they have given me food to eat, they have coming and tell me what to do when I was homeless in United States and didn't know how to do things because I had never been homeless in Sweden and I had not been homeless in United States. So I didn't know how to feed me. I had no money at all. So they come and tell me what I should do. So they are real. It's not one event. It's many. I could talk about it for many hours, what was have going on when it's come to UFO. And I have told you about that those stars my mother saw that morning when I was born, that they were on her some like small stars and greeting her for the child that should be born. So it's much I could tell about UFO, but it was now I wanted to tell you about that have been a program, and why should a magicer talking? It's about the brain, that they can make things disappear of their tricks they have. I think it's very crazy. They are crazy, these people that sit at the television and talking about like it's a conspiracy theory. They are saying like those folly hat they had, and to make it, to laugh about it, like it is a joke, when it is very serious about the aliens is coming, and those that have talking to me, they are here to defend us, and I can tell it's true, as they have helped me sometimes when I had no one that could help me, but they are coming through and help me. So it's very sad that the television let them sit there and talking there against everything, that we that have been abducted, we know it's true. But we are laughing about those that hold the media. They try to make it as a joke, and it's very sad. And that was what I wanted to talk about today. So thank you for listening, and I hope the world is going to the light and not to the darkness. We will see. Thank you. God bless you.